Hello everyone, I made it, I'm here. I'm hoping that this will work. I am actually sitting in the dark in my craft room because we have a power outage at the moment for maintenance, and I thought I'm just going to see whether I can try this on my mobile data. So I've got a lot of stuff prepped beforehand because apparently it uses up a huge chunk of data, so we'll see how we go. So far, well, I'm going to keep going ahead. I don't know whether it's pushed out and is streaming or not, or if not, I will hopefully have a replay of this stored and I'll be able to post it that way. Oh, I can see a couple of people. Hello. The lighting is a bit weird. I am sitting in the dark. We have no power, but we're going to see how we go. So I'm not going to focus on me so much. I'm going to switch the camera around pretty quick, and hopefully I've got enough light in my craft room because my craft room is quite dark. Hopefully I've got enough light that we can see what we are doing. So let me swing around and then I'll open these shades behind me because being backlit, if I open them now, you wouldn't be able to see me. So let's switch around and we'll see how we go. So hopefully it will be a bit short. Apparently we do use a lot of data streaming from, but I figure, oh, there we go. I figure hopefully we won't get any of that rolling motion, but I've got like 97 gigs saved up on my data and it ends in about 7 days. So I'm sure that it's not going to take any more than that, although we might be a little bit glitchy. So apologies for that because I am without power today. So I'm basically going to do the same layout that we did last week, just to keep things a little bit easier for myself. And I have got a lot of prep done. I'm just sitting here in the half an hour that power's been out, and I thought I'll do all my bits and pieces. So we are actually going to look at the Simply Zinnia suite, or the flowering zinnia. So I'm just going to go through this really quickly. I am really glitchy. I apologize for that. I thought I either cancel it or I keep on. So I've kept on. Oh, I've lost my, here we go. There's another bit. So this is a big suite. So it is sold out twice. It is currently unavailable, but we'll be back soon. But have a look at all of these beautiful papers. So we've got lots of pinks and purples and greens. I'm going to try and go slowly so that the internet can try and keep up with me. It's not going to be good. I apologize in advance. It is not going to be a good stream, I can already tell. But the good thing is that the card will be available in my newsletter this coming week on Tuesday. So if you miss it, you will be able to, oh gosh, we're really wonky. You'll be able to see the video, you'll be able to see the card in the newsletter anyway. So I apologize. The best I can do. So obviously it cannot handle 4G internet. So I would have thought that my internet speed would have been a bit better. When is she still here? I don't know. Okay. Stamp set, I'm going to run through this super quick because I know it's really bad. So stamp set that goes along with it. And then we have the dies. So we have dies that will cut out each of the images. And then we have standalone dies, which is what I'll be using today. And then there is also an embossing folder, which is really pretty. She goes that way. I don't know whether you'll be able to see it, but I'll let the camera try and catch up a little bit. There we go. So that's got the, it did catch up and then it zoomed off again, blurred again. So that's really pretty. And then we have sequins that also go along with it. And these are the shiny sequins, and they are definitely shiny. Okay, so I have got, like I said, I've got a lot of things already prepped and done. So I have die cut flowers for 2 flowers. And I've got some little buds here, like that. You go over there, you go over there. So I'm just going to really quickly, these are on Flirty Flamingo, and I'm going to use a little bit of Melon Mambo, and I'm just going to add a little bit of pink to the center of those flowers, and I'll bring them up to the screen when I'm done. So I'm just going to do the centers so that it sort of like does that little ombre fade out to the edge. So we'll have deep melon mambo in the center, go as dark as you like, and then we'll fade out to Floody Flamingo. So, oh my gosh, such a bad stream. And of course, then I told everybody I wasn't going to come live. So I think we've got a not as many people watching anyway, but I thought, you know what, I'll try. I've got to make a card for next week's tutorial anyway, so, you know, might as well jump in. So I'm just popping. I was hoping to have all of this done too, but it really was a last minute decision. And of course, my husband didn't send me, because he gets all the text messages from the Power Network, and he's away at the moment, and he hadn't sent me the initial text message to say that the power would be out, and he only sent it to me last night, and I was like, what? That stuffs up my plans. And then the last time they said that we were going to have a power maintenance thing, it got cancelled. So I was hoping that it would still get cancelled, and then of course the power stayed on until about 9:30. It was supposed to go off at 8 a.m. So we all got up earlier and had showers and whatnot, and then of course it didn't go off until 9:30. So anyway, it's off now. There's not much we can do about it. Okay, so I've done my flowers there. Now I've also got, out of pumpkin pie, I've cut the centers of the flowers, and there's little stamen. They're cute, really. I'll try and bring them up. They are really super cute. So they are cut from Lemon Lolly. So I've got pumpkin pie and lemon lolly. They look like little stars. They're super cute. Then I've cut 2 bud holders, and these are from Lemon Lime Twist, and I've got 3 leaves because I wasn't 100% sure what I was going to be creating. So I've just pulled out a few. I might not use all of the buds, but I figure if I've got them, I can have a try. So I'm going to add a little bit of old olive to this one, and I'm going to do the base of the leaves. And you can really give it to it right at the base. Most of that will actually get covered, but we want that. Like, I still want a fair bit of the Lemon Lime Twist card to be shown. So we'll go dark right at the base, and I'll feather it out and, you know, take off the pressure as we get closer to the tip. So 3 more. And of course I'm trying to rush as well because I don't know how much data this uses. So if you are wanting all the details to this card so that you can actually see the card properly, make sure you are on my newsletter list, which is, I'll just bring that over, which is alisatilsner.com. You'll see the sign up, subscribe button on my blog. And for these ones here, I'm just sort of putting it in the middle of the stem and bringing it out. Just hold it with your finger and just get the ink wherever you can. So go to my blog. You'll see that there is a sign up to my blog, and the instructions for this card will head out on Tuesday, next Tuesday, which will be the 2nd of April, I believe. So we've got a little bit of time to go and get that joined up for that. Okay, let's clean off my area. From what I can see anyway, that green tinge is a bit hard sometimes. Okay, here we go. So if you are just joining me, I am without power today. So if it looks a little bit different, that is why. I've got bad light. Well, I've got no lighting. I've only got lighting from my windows. And so we're doing the best we can. I am actually streaming from my mobile data, which isn't going the greatest, I have to admit. Okay, now there is a little bit of these don't match completely, but there is a little bit of an offset if you can find it. It doesn't go completely, but Oops, that's why I've chosen to make a sticky mess with the Tombow, because you've got that slide factor. Okay, so we've got that going on. Try and hold it still, let it focus, let the stream catch up, and then we put in our pumpkin pie center. And then I might need my tweezers for this one. And then I'm just going to put a little dot behind each of those little star flowers. And then that sits over the top, and it makes such a pretty little flower. I'll put a block on there, but I'll bring it up and show you. So that makes, isn't that just the sweetest little, oh look, I finally caught up with the stream. Oh, it's crystal clear at the moment. We'll hold on to that while we can. I'll put a block on that just to make sure that everything grabs. Grab the second one. Oh, come on. Becky says the colours are great together, even without the additional lighting. Oh, good. Lynn says she thinks I'm doing a great job. Oh, thank you. It's tricky. Just as well it's the daytime and not the nighttime, right? Otherwise, I'd really be, I would definitely have to cancel. And it's such a grey day today as well. Oh, there we go. Let's get on that. Oh, there we go. There's a nice full one. There you go. That one worked out quite well. So you can get them full, but you know what? It doesn't matter if you don't get them full, because flowers, every flower is different, right? They're not all the same. So it doesn't matter if one looks a little bit different to the other. It's not perfect. Nature's not perfect. They're all individuals. So we're doing well. Okay, so let me grab, there's a little bit here, and you can grab right between the two so that you can basically get adhesive on the backs of all these stars. Yeah, so my room is very dark and grey, and I was thinking this morning, how on earth am I even going to get anything created in here because it's so dark? And then, of course, when the power didn't go out, I was like, yes, excellent. And then I thought, right, so I'm going to go back on, I'm going to turn the computer back on, and I'm going to get started on all my stuff. And then the power went out, and I was like, crap. I might have said some other words, but I was like, well, what can you do? Okay, so I've just got my little buds together, and I think I got them right. Yeah, two. So they sort of little offset each other as well. And for this one here, I'm going to pop this behind, because I quite like, I mean, you know how sometimes you can put either it in front of or behind, but I actually quite like this one where the flower sits behind the little bud holder. I'm going to bring that up as well, because I really like that little bit of, oh, there we go, nice and clear again. I really like that little bit of green that comes over the top. I'll show you before I glue the other one on, I'll show you the difference between what they look like. Just get these together. Whoops, that's probably a little bit too much glue on there. You know, Tombow and I don't really like each other, but for these ones, you definitely need that little bit of slip factor. All right, so I'll just hold this up and show you what I mean. So you've seen the one in front. Now, if you pop it behind, whoops. Sticky. So you sort of lose that cuteness. I'll show you. I think it just looks so much cuter to have it behind than in front. I think it loses that little bit of, you know, oh, look how cute it is. So definitely pop these ones behind. Gosh. Oh my gosh. Do not like Tombow. I really do not like him. Anyway, okay, we'll pop you aside to dry. Whoops. Okay. So I think I'm done with those. So I am working with a old olive card base, and I'm going to be using the stripe because I love the stripe. The stripe is Old Olive and Lemon Lime Twist. So it's super, super pretty. And on the other side, we've got leaves, but we love that. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, because I'm following that same, I'll bring it in. I'm going to do the same layout as what I did last week, which is from the Stampin' Fancy, I can't read that, Stampin' Fancy Friday Fancy, I don't know. But you can find them on Instagram and you can also find them on Facebook. So that is what I am doing again. So what I did was I grabbed my embossing folder and a piece of Melon Mambo, and instead of embossing the whole piece, you see how that had that panel? So I actually put it in on an angle like this, and I ran it through the machine that way, and it just embossed a portion of the front. Let me just wait for the stream to catch up. So now it gives me that angle. I'll show you again. See how on the card it's got a piece of twine wrapped around the middle of that panel, but it's got that diagonal line. So last week when I used this, I actually used 2 different pieces of designer series paper, but this time I thought, here, let's be a little bit tricky and let's just partially emboss that card front. So that is what I've done. So that is going to sit here. And then I'm going to have my flowers. Now I know I've only got 2 flowers, so I may only use one of these buds, you know, for that third element factor. So we'll pop them there. I'm not sure. I may use 2. I don't know. And then I've got 3 of these leaves, so I don't know whether I'll use all 3 of them. Possibly. Maybe we'll do something like that. Maybe we'll just do something catch up stream. Seems to work better when I hold it up to the screen. It seems to like go a little bit clearer when I come up closer. So I'm sort of going to go something like that, and then I'm going to have my sentiment across the middle, and then we're going to do that. So I've got my cardstock here, and this is we've got sending flowers and thinking of you. Words fail to express my gratitude and thank you so much. So I'm going to do the nice big gratitude stamp. Come back to my comments so I can see. And I'm going to do that in Melon Mambo as well. So I've only used 2 ink pads for this card. And you know what? Sometimes I prefer the stamps over like die cutting like this, but these ones are really, really pretty. So I ended up liking these ones a whole lot more than what I thought I was going to. And these are the cards. This whole suite, I'm going to leave a bit of room because I'm going to cut these into the end, which I actually need to get a punch out for that. So words fail to express my gratitude, which I think is super nice. So this whole suite is also going to be part of the membership class, the Creative Card Makers class. So if you are wanting some more, I've got my cards off to the side. I will show you a quick flick through of the cards at the end of the video. And you have until the end of this month to sign up for Creative Card Makers Club if you wish to have the Simply Zinnia, the flowering Zinnia tutorial. So I'm just going to grab a punch. It is a retired punch. There we go. It's the hexagon. Some shapes we don't get rid of. And the hexagon one was always fantastic for cutting a V, because you know what? I cannot cut V's. I know that if you cut up the middle and then to the sides, but you know what? I still can't do it. So I choose to keep some punches so that I can just pop them in like that. There we go. And that will go across the middle, just like that. And then pretty. Okay, let's start getting assembled. Oh, that's looking good. Sorry about the screen. Oh, thank you for sharing, Becky. I feel really bad though because I'm streaming without power and it's not the best quality at the moment. So But thank you. Okay, let's get this done. I'm going to adhere this to this. I'm just thinking about how I'm going to do my twine. So we'll pop our stripes down. And remember, depending on which way you cut your paper, your stripes may run on a different diagonal to what I have as well. I can see I'm not, oh gosh, stamping in the dark is quite tricky. I've got to get my layers lined up. Okay, so I think I'm going to put my, and you know what, I don't even know whether that's going to show up very well in the, when I start to arrange my flowers. I'll have to try and adjust them a little bit so that I can actually see a bit more of that embossing detail. All right, so let's get this around. I'm just going to do a single one. I'm running out. I'm just going to do a single one, and then I will be able to slide it up or down depending on where everything else goes as well. And let's get that in a bow. Looking good. Thank you very much, everyone. Okay. So tell me, when I know some people have stamped by candlelight. Oh, that's what I could have done. I could have had some candles in here, although then that would have flickered, wouldn't it? Have you stamped by candlelight? I have not, but I have seen some people in when there's storms and whatnot, that they have actually stamped by candlelight. Let me know how you go when you don't, how you keep your crafting when you don't have power. All right, that's not going to sit for me, but I'm not going to fight with it. All right, so I need to put, I'm going to put that, I don't want to cover up all that beautiful detail, so, but I need to work out where that's going to go, because I'm going to end up covering some of my flowers. I know that, but I don't want to lose the detail here. So I might scoot you up a little bit higher, and then we'll just see how we go. We'll just potluck it now. Oh, and the other thing that I want to say is this embossing folder, I'll see whether we can actually capture it. So this is technically the right way because of the label on the die. So it's a raised area, but you can actually turn it over, and that side is equally as beautiful. So it's really like, oh, which side do I use? Either side, there is no right or wrong with the embossing. So it just gives a completely different look, which is beautiful. Hi, Brenton. Good old kerosene lamp. Ah, I remember the kerosene lamps. I reckon hubby's probably got one. Hubby is a collector of all sorts of things, so I dare say that he would have that sort of stuff. And we've got the old, you know, the wee Willy Winky. What's that poem? How he runs upstairs and downstairs in his nightgown. We've got one of those little holders as well. Hey, did I put them in the right? Oh yeah. See how one's fuller than the other? I think I've got one upside down, but you know what? It doesn't matter. Does not matter. I might put this one down the bottom here, because that way it'll get covered with the sentiment, and no one will know that I didn't do that properly, right? Always ways to hide boo-boos. It's not really a boo-boo. It's just not as full. All right, let's pop you up the top. Like I said, I don't want to cover too much of that embossing, but I know, I want to be able to show that I've embossed part of it, but not the other, but I don't think I'm going to succeed. All right, now I've got to angle you correctly because you're going to come here, but I want to make sure that I can see that bud as well. So you might have to tuck. You might have to tuck in down the bottom there somewhere. Maybe I'll do my leaves because they won't matter. And we'll pop one under there. And we'll pop these two Is that straight? I don't even know whether that's straight. Oh gosh, I can't even pick them up. Pick them up. So let's get these two happening. And I may even just pop this in first, and then I can really sort that little bud out, because we definitely, it's too cute not to be seen. I've got the two buds. I don't know whether I'll use all two. I don't know whether I'll use both of them, because I don't have 3 flowers. You know, we need the odd. Wendy, yes, you do need this set. I don't know about how it's been in the States, but we've had like, normally we're really good with our stock. We don't get a whole lot of things that sell out real quick, but this one sold out pretty much straight away. It's an online exclusives bundle. Ours sold out pretty well straight away, and then it came back in, and oh, maybe I can pop it up here, and then it disappeared. I'm going to put one up there. See, it's always pays to just fiddle around sometimes. And I might actually be able to get both of them in. We'll see. What was I saying? Yeah, it sold out, and then it came back in, and then it sold out again. So it's currently out, but it will be back in very shortly. So let's get you up there. And that way the little, I'll bring it up to the screen afterwards. It seems to be clearer when I bring it up to the screen. I've got the little leaf overlapping the sentiment. All right. Do I put all right, you know what? I don't think I'm going to use that second one. So the little leaf just sits above the sentiment. So I don't think I'm going to put another one in, because then I've got my 3 elements, 1, 2, 3, and they're in triangle fashion, which sits really nicely, and I've got my 3 leaves as well. So I think for placement wise, I think I'm going to leave that, and then I can pop in some of these and I'm sorry that it's not real clear, but I think we've got lemon lime twist, lemon lolly. I can't tell whether these are petal pink or that, so I reckon you could use them on petal pink, or they could be pumpkin pie, and then we've got melon mambo. In the colors schemes is also lots of dark colors. So you've got Berry Burst, and you've got Blackberry Bliss. Highland Heather is in there as well. So there's some really, really pretty deep colors. So you can take these with a real deep purple, or you can go with the pink, light pinks like I have as well. Petal pink is in there as well. But I think I will use, and of course, you know, it picks up different colors as you're putting them in, but I think I'm going to use the melon, or I'm going to say pink. I don't know whether, because I think that they will work well with Berry Burst as well. So what am I looking for? A pair of scissors. Okay, and I'm just going to put a couple around, even though I should just go full hog, right? Because, you know, we have so many embellishments. So maybe I'll put, I've got 1, 2, 3. Maybe I will put a couple down here as well. Put one down here. Maybe I'll put 2 down there. A little cluster. So there we go. I put 5 on there. 2 more than what I normally do. Woohoo! Oh, I'm such a tight ass. I'm such a tight ass when it comes to things. And then I think, why am I such a tight ass? Because then I get so much stuff. Just use it. Just use it. It's why you bought it, right? Okay, so there is my card. Hopefully I will, well, I'll have to wait until the power comes back on before I can take a really good photo, but happy Easter, Leanne. So there is our card today, which I think is really pretty. I will flick through the cards, so don't forget, if you're looking to join the Creative Card Makers Club, you have until the 31st of March. I'm going to flick through the cards super quick. So these are the cards that are included in the class for April. So lots of embossing, I've used pretty much everything. We've got a little bit of die cutting, we've got a little bit of stamping and colouring in. That's a little bit different for me. That one's a little bit different. So a little bit of cutting out of flowers, and I really, really like this one as well. So if you're wondering what these things are here, like I have to wait for the stream to catch up. Hang on. These little things here, and there's another one over here. I was like, what the heck are they? But they're sort of like a tendril type thing. So and then you can pop the little stamen stars on the end of them, and they look really pretty as well. So there we go. I know that's great. I'm giving you a sneak peek. I don't normally do that, but that is the class for Creative Card Makers Club. So this is almost like a bonus. That the instructions for this one will go out on Tuesday. So make sure that you are signed up for my newsletter. And what else? I think that's it. Pre-order starts on the 2nd of April. So if you are a demonstrator, you get to pre-order from a select amount of products from the new catalogue. And then the retiring list sale goes on the 9th of April. So yay, very good. Okay, I'm going to wait for the power to come on, take my photo. Thanks for sticking with me under these conditions, but I did want to see whether it would work or not. So there we go. And now I can go and see how much data it used off my phone. It's not the best stream, but at least we're still here and we're still showing up, right? And I think did I put that on crooked? Something feels crooked. Maybe it's the stripes. Something feels a bit crooked, but anyway, it's all good. So thank you very much. We will see you next Thursday. And if you don't follow me on Facebook, come join me on Facebook and see what we get up to during the week. Okay, thanks very much for joining me, and we'll catch you later. Bye-bye for now.